That was loud. Wait, which one? Which one am I using? This one? Hello. Hello. This is loud.
Too loud?
Good afternoon, everyone. As always, let me know if this is too loud. April is our People of Action Month. Time to highlight what makes Rotary so powerful. We are not just a network of professionals, we're a force for good. My name is Janice Lenke, and I'm proud to be your 103rd president. For 3 more months, time goes fast. I would like to invite Sean Sennett to do our invocation. Amazing how much I invite you to be up here.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you will, bow your head with me. Heavenly Father, Lord, we just come before you. We thank you for another beautiful day. We thank you for the opportunity to serve you not only as children of God, but as Rotarians. Father, we ask for your blessing upon this meal, blessing upon this time. Father, we we're thinking of those who are not with us today. We ask for just a shield of protection around them, a shield of protection around us as we go away from here as well. Father, may we just be a blessing to those who we come in contact with. Once again, Lord, we just ask for your blessing upon this meal and upon this time. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
I'd like to invite Larry Cohn to lead us in song.
I was just drafted for this job. Didn't give it much thought. Let's do America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountains majesty, across the fruited plain.
And I'm going to turn it over to Linda Peterson to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, who's also our Sergeant of Arms. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank yous today. Setup was Lynn Ing, Bob Warner, and Dr. Kathy Mahon. Greeters, we had Martha Garcia. Ticket sales, Randall Brody. Our photographer today, is it Erica? Yes, Erica, new member. Thank you so much. We're excited. Brand, you say your last name, Brary. Thank you. Scribe is Elliot Harris. AV, Stu Lipoff. Teardown, Christian Anderson and Dr. Michael Williams. We're going to go right into guests, Linda. First of all, international guest. Linda, where's Linda? There she is. Starting with guests.
He doesn't want to say anything. So, okay, he's got two more or three more. Two more. Okay, he'll be here, two more, but I will not.
Who is he? Some of our
His name
guests are
is
here for
like-
the first time.
Murray Flegel from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
So you have you two more times after this? Yeah, we gotta give you a fine before you go. It's always good to see you. Thank you. Visiting Rotarians. I know we have several visiting Rotarians. I'll introduce you when we. Where's our visiting Rotarian? Right there with the ducks.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Peterson, past president of the Green Valley Club. Yes, there is a reason why I'm wearing a duck shirt. We are hosting our inaugural Kentucky Derby. It just so happens some horse race is taking place on the same day as our duck race, so kind of the nerve there. But anyway, you can see me after the meeting if you'd like to participate. The winning duck will receive $10,000. And we are also partnering with a great other not-for-profit, which is Champions for CASA. They also will receive $10,000. So come see me at the end of the meeting if you'd like to participate. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Any other visiting Rotarians? Right over here, Judith. Great to see you, Judith.
Hello, everyone. Judith Pinkerton, down from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, from the Rotary Club up there. So glad to be back to my home Rotary Club. Thank you.
Glad to have you. Okay, I think that's all of our visiting Rotarians, other than a gentleman who's sitting at the president's table, which I will introduce. Do we have guest of Rotarians? Oh, right behind you.
Hello, fellow Rotarians. I'd like to introduce to you Camilla Soleil-Ray. I was connected with her through a former past president of the West Club. Camilla is a Rotarian by family and herself. Her father's a Rotarian. She was in the Rotary Club in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and she is wanting to reconnect with Rotary, and so she's here today.
Welcome. And I know we have several other guests of Rotarians.
My guest is Lauren Boland. Okay, she's new to Las Vegas. She was a Rotarian in California, Lakewood. I ran into her last Thursday when I was dressed up, and she had never seen me out of dog walking attire. So she said, "You must belong to a Rotary," and here we are. She's very interested and love. I've got a whole resume on her, but we'll save that.
Yes. Welcome.
Hi, I've got as my guest John Edmond. He's been to the club many times and just wanted to invite him again. He's one of the 100 people that helped shape Las Vegas, according to the RJ.
Welcome. And other guests of Rotarians? Did we miss anybody? Great. Thank you. Welcome. Do we have any guests of our club, Mr. Larry Cohn?
Well, two of the three have already been introduced as guests of Rotarians, but they're also very interested in pursuing more formal relationship with the club. But also we have a gentleman by the name of Marcus, who was a member and is back and looking to rejoin us.
Can you have Marcus stand up? Where's Marcus?
Marcus. So everybody can get to know him and
Yes.
get to know Camilla and Lauren as well, so
Yes.
they feel real comfortable.
Any of those people, please stand up and be recognized so some of our members can seek you out to say hello. Thank you, guys. Good to see you, Marcus.
President Janice. We also have a guest of the club, Tom Fumarelli, who's going to be introduced more properly later.
Yay, excited. So good to see you. I'm on my best behavior today, so you give me another compliment after the meeting. I was really late today, though, so I'm really like, John, help. I do that every week, though. We're going to go to the head table. I have some really incredible people sitting at the head table. First of all, we have Gary Wu. He is the president-elect for the Las Vegas One Club. Welcome, and thank you for joining me at the president's table. And I have... I'm going to get this right. I have Rachel Lopez, who is our speaker today. We're very excited about that. We have her husband. His last name is not as easy as yours. It's Anthony Concoon. I'm going to say Concoon. I'm going to get this all wrong. Welcome. And then I have Narig. I'm going to butcher your last name too. And you even wrote it out. Ajayan. I'll say it really fast. So you'll be presenting our speaker today. It's good to see you always. Thank you guys for joining me. We are going to go, Linda, we're going to go to the birthday table. Usually Karen has to remind me, but I remember today. Birthday people, you're up.
Okay, I start. My name is Annie Nuna, and I've been a member for about maybe 29 years, and I'm just happy to be here.
David Thorson, I've been in the club for 15 years. I had the honor of being the president of this club in 2016, 2017. And if I don't set myself on fire and jump off a bridge beforehand, in a couple of years, I will be your district governor. So love being in this club.
Liz Rothwell. I'm a member for 3 years, and I'm 51 this year.
Whatever, sit down. 51. Oh, those were the days. No. Interesting. But you know what? I love all these people here. I'm not going to find any of you for sitting at the birthday table. I know, but that's you. And Aaron Campillo, hi. Is it your birthday? Oh, okay. Let's give him the microphone. So, did you not sit here because there were no seats?
No, the birthday table wasn't clearly identifiable when I walked in, and so I didn't know there was a birthday table. Except there is a sign.
We'll get a bigger sign.
Bigger sign would have been
This
better.
is not big enough. But people who are not, their birthday came up and said, "Oh, it's the birthday table, but I'm going to sit down anyway." But okay, how old do you mind saying your age?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to say your age?
No, I'm 45 this year.
Okay.
But my birthday is on the 25th, and I was honored to join this club in 2011.
Well, you've been a great member. You're fine. I'll keep it small at $45.
Thank you. But also I've actually been a Raider fan for even longer than I've been a Rotarian. I've actually been a Raider fan since Bo Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
And so I would just like to give a special welcome to our guest speaker and let her know that Raider Nation is very much represented in the Las Vegas Rotary Club. But,
Aaron, that was such a great speech and so passionate. I'm not giving you any fine. That was so great.
Oh, thank you.
Sean will absorb your fine. Okay. Did I miss any other birthday people in the room? I know Stephen Kwan's not here today. Aaron took his seat, so we're good. Okay. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to announcement. Oh, I do it every time. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear. Huh?
Karen, thank you as always. And then Erica, can we you already grabbed a photo of the birthday table. Yes, she did. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go right into announcements. Linda, if you can give the microphone back to past president David Thorson.
Okay, 2 announcements. This Saturday, so in 2 days, is the Rotary Leadership Institute. If you haven't signed up, go into DB and sign up. I highly, highly recommend it, especially for people who are new to Rotary. It's really a great program and a good chance to meet folks from other clubs. So that's Saturday, and you'd sign up in DAC-DB. And then next Thursday, we'll be going out to Nellis Air Force Base for the Wetzel Awards. I think if anybody's going, I think today is your last chance to get your name and information to Sean. We have a pretty good group going this week, so it should be a lot of fun. And given that we're at war right now, it's really good to provide some community support to the airmen out there. So I look forward to seeing everybody next Thursday out at Nellis Air Force Base.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and do the announcement because Jerry will be here next week. But highway cleanup is April 9th at 9 a.m. The brunch after, I go for both reasons. The cleanup, of course, but the brunch afterwards at his house is absolutely amazing. And the Bloody Marys don't hurt either. 11th. I was trying to save more food for me if everybody showed up on the 9th. Okay, it's the 11th. I keep doing that. Thank you. Okay, and David Jones, right here. We're gonna go over to David Jones.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I don't know why. I don't know what I'm announcing. I think we're done, other than the valedictorian lunch.
Valedictorian? I didn't know if you were Kathy or who wanted to talk.
But Dr. Kathy does
that.
Let's do it. I'm going to give it to Dr. Kathy.
Yeah.
I think you want to talk about valedictorian lunch? It's happening.
Valedictorian lunch is in a couple weeks, and it's always fun. It's on the 23rd, and as usual, the room will be packed, and so come early and get a seat. And that's the announcement.
Thank you. Kimberly McMahon is not here, right? She was going to talk about the Rotary Youth Exchange. Karen, what are you doing? Oh, Kimberly's not here. She was down for an announcement. Could you step in about the Rotary Exchange Weekend?
I would be happy
Thank
to,
you.
Janice.
Thank you.
President Janice.
Thank you.
And Rotary Youth Exchange, we have students coming from all over the world that are here studying for 1 year. They're high school students between 15 and 17. And we have 20 to 30 of them coming April 30th to, I think, the 3rd. It's that they come in on Thursday and they leave on Sunday. So we're looking for host families to take 2 to 4 kids in their homes. You pick them up on Thursday, spend the evening with them Thursday. Friday, you drop them off and they go touring around as a group. So you're free to do what you have to if you need to go to work or whatever. And then Friday night and Saturday night, there's some time for you to host your kids and take them and do private things with your family. But overall, they are pretty busy for the weekend. They're wonderful kids from all over the world and great opportunity. So please step up and help Kimberly get host families for that one weekend so they don't wind up in sleeping bags on her floor. So thank you.
Thank you for stepping in. Can you give the microphone to past President Tony Kern?
Thank you. Whoops. Hello, everyone. So we have 2 things coming up. April 11th is Touch a Truck. If you haven't signed up, the sign-up sheet is going around, and there's time frameworks that you have to pick from. And we go in and we help with whatever is needed by family to family, which is the host. And it's a lot of fun. Every large and even small vehicle, cleanest trash trucks you will ever see, ambulance, paramedics, fire trucks, you name it, they're all there. They have swag. Raiders have been out there. They had swag. Aviators have been out there. It's a lot of fun. So if you are interested in volunteering, come see me, sign up in the Green Book because I have to give my count to them tomorrow. Also and if you're going to do the highway cleanup, if you sign up for the first session, you can be done first, or sign up for the end of the day and you can go do the highway cleanup, have your brunch, and then come on by and work your shift. So either way, you can do 2 things in one day. April 22 is the Greener Planet Giant Student Farmers Market. Both events, what I just talked about, and this one are at downtown Summerlin. We do setup, and it's a lot of fun. We help get everything ready for the 50-plus busloads of kids with their crops and crafts, and you can help and enjoy. We do poster boards to support them. We stand around and we yell and scream and woohoo when they come off the bus, and there's usually a mariachi band, and that's fun. And if you follow Michael Williams, he will show you all the stuff to buy because he leaves with packages full. So if you want to do that, you have to sign up. The deadline is already passed, but if you really want to do it, I am happy to get the date extended. So sign up in the Green Book or come see me. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's turn around to Randall Brody.
Thank you. We have an exciting opportunity coming up, May 29th to June 4th. We have 7 Rotarians from India that are coming to Las Vegas and Southern California for a friendship exchange. The group includes 3 couples and 1 single person, and they're really excited about building lasting international friendships, getting exposure to American culture, and meeting Las Vegas Rotarians. To make this a success, we urgently need host families that are willing to provide lodging, breakfast, and local transportation support. We also need some backup hosts as well, just in case. Don't wait to raise your hand. Please see me after the meeting. I'll stick around for a few minutes to let me know if you are willing to host. Let's step up and show our Indian friends true Las Vegas hospitality.
And with that, you guys have been working so hard on the agenda. I know that will get out to the club where we're coming together, hopefully, and hosting, a potluck dinner to welcome them at someone's home. And we're going to need airport greeters, and I'm working on some Las Vegas swag so they have a nice, warm welcoming. So thank you, with Ron Poor's direction. Thank you guys so much. And Randall, thank you. It's going to be really exciting. Gwen or Stu, are you announcing Breakfast with Books? Gwen.
The last Breakfast with Books is April 21st, 7:30 at Beckley, 8:30 at Hollingsworth. You can sign up in the Green Book, We would love to have more volunteers.
Thank you. Where's past president Greg McGuire? Who's you're announcing the fundraiser? Right there. President-elect. You can find me.
What a great year it was. I hardly remember any of it, but we did the amount of stuff we did. Jim is unbelievable. Jim even became a Southwest flight attendant here recently. So congratulations, Jim. What a challenge. That's awesome, man. We're super proud of you. If you haven't met me, I'm past. Now I'm saying it. Past president-elect. Now I'm President-elect Greg McGuire, and I'm here to talk to you about our upcoming fundraiser. You can probably see that we have a lot of activities in this club. So if you could look at this one right here. That is your QR code that should take you to our new Eventbrite site. What are we doing? We're doing a day at the Springs Preserve starting at 7 in the morning. It's a community day, and our challenge is to be there from 7 to noon. And once people get into the Springs Preserve, then they can stay all day till 4. We won't be there till 4. So we have a number of different activities lined up. It's all around to celebrate America 250 anniversary, and we're going to kind of lead that off. The other one I want you to take a look at is the what we do. This is up on the front table. This is something that Karen put together, and it really talks about the why of why we do fundraising, right? And it talks about all the different things that we've done over the past year, and then all the organizations that have benefited from these kind of fundraisers. If you don't know, the money that we raise at our fundraisers goes back directly into the community, and that's what we give community grants on. That's what we do a lot of the support for the schools, and this is what we really need your help on. This is a sponsorship. We're going to have an email that's going to come out on this week, early next week, maybe over the weekend. Talk about how to approach people to help get sponsorships to help raise some money. We're going to have a lot. We're expecting about 400 people. We actually sold our first 10 tickets, right, Karen? We sold our first 10 tickets, right? So the site's alive. There's going to be a world famous Las Vegas DJ there. Okay,
Hey,
world famous. It's so popular you probably even haven't heard of them.
Hey, Greg, I got to leave time for the speaker there, buddy.
No, we got this. Anyway, last what we need. If you can look at the QR code, look at the sponsorship, and then we need volunteers. So we're going to need volunteers that will kind of come up with some shifts of what we're going to need help with, and more to follow on that. May 16th, 7 a.m. till noon. Thank you.
Oh, till noon or 4? Wait, the event date? Okay.
So our challenge is 0 to 7.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Very incredible efforts towards this fundraiser. And then Wine to Water, Deb Howard, I didn't see her here. Does anybody want to do any announcement, or I could do a quick announcement? Okay. At Randy Donald? And so, who? Melanie, there she is.
All right, Wine to Water is April 17th. We're doing some really fun stuff this time. We're going to try all Rotarian-made wines, so it really is turning wine into water. All proceeds from this event will go to water projects around the world. It is a country western theme, so it's a row-made, row-down. So bring your hats and bring your boots and get ready to have some fun with some row-made wine.
Thank you. And then Linda, right behind you, can you give the microphone to past President Kirk Alexander?
All right, so if you really love the work that Janice has done and realize the time and attention it takes to do what she does week in and week out to make this all come together, I would like all of you to stand up. Would like you to stand up, please.
Hard to tear him away from that prime rib.
I was last in order. I can't help it. And I would like to indulge all of you to seriously tell us how much you appreciate it, a whole lot more than that dull applause that we got at the end of her introduction today. I want one so loud that she knows she did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And with that, we're going to demote her on the 25th of June.
Tick tock, tick tock. Thank you. Next, did I see Todd Walters walk in today? Oh, there you are. Linda, can we give him the microphone? Yeah, it's so good to see you. It was good catching up with you yesterday.
You as well.
So you have two really cool announcements, but I think one might be more like up here and this one's kind of here. So something's happening in your family.
My son is getting married.
Yay!
Yes. My son is getting married in Annapolis on Labor Day. I got it right, Labor Day. My cousin's Memorial Day. So.
Well, we're happy to see you. We know how busy you are in the community and that you and Patrick make sure that one of you is here. And I had this note down for so long. We're not going to fine you for that. And we're pleased to announce that Todd Walters is the newest member of the board. He is stepping in because we have Brian Riley has transferred his membership to Hawaii, given that he's pretty much there all the time. So you're going to contribute so much, 3 months in my year, and then continue with Greg. I warned you about Greg, but you know yourself. But we're so pleased, and it's good to see you today. Thank you.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to jump right in. We have some two really great presentations. So I'm going to invite Larry Cohn, I think past President David Thorson, I think past President Tom Crow, and we have an induction to do.
I'd like to welcome Thomas Fumarelli as our newest member, and I'm going to have Tom Crow, who is kind enough to bring him into our fold, do his introduction.
Thank you, Larry. It's my pleasure to introduce Tom Fumarelli. Tom is a professional certified executive coach, coaching supervisor, leadership development consultant, and business advisor, supporting leaders, business owners, and various organizations. He has had a successful 30-year career as a global CFO, COO, and president to organizations, including Holly Hunt Enterprises, Yakima Products Incorporated, and Chanel. He has served various global roles with Kidder Peabody, Chase Manhattan Bank, Exxon Corporation, and Price Waterhouse. Currently, Tom works with executives in a variety of industries, including technology, consumer goods, life sciences, financial and professional services, retail and manufacturing in Americas, Europe, and Asia. As a give back, Tom is a coach and coaching supervisor for the Humanitarian Coaching Network, and he provides coaching and advisory support to CEOs and other leaders in social enterprise. Tom holds an MBA from the Wharton School and has completed the Advanced Management Program at Harvard Business School. He holds a BS from Manhattan College and is a CPA. Please welcome Tom Fumarelli to our Las Vegas Rotary Club.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. I guess Tom is only in charge of finding other Toms because we are neighbors and my husband's name is also Tom. So when we get together with Tom and Jane, we're 3 Toms and a Jane. Exactly. So first of all, I want to thank Tom. I also want to thank and acknowledge Larry and Sean, I'm not sure where she is, who have really helped quite a bit to shepherd me through the application process, et cetera. Just a couple of additional words about me in case you can't tell from my accent. I'm originally from New York City, born and raised in the Bronx. And my parents were working class, but they instilled a sense of values and the importance of education. And so I was very fortunate to be able to attend some great schools. But I financed my education actually through my avocation, which is music. I play piano. I'm a pianist. I used to teach and perform. And that's something that I'm getting back to quite a bit. So my husband, Tom, and I moved to Las Vegas 3 years ago. And we are, as I said, neighbors to this Tom. And in terms of what am I doing for Give Back, first of all, I'm thrilled to be part of a community because since moving here, I've been really searching out a community, and I really feel the sense of fellowship with this organization. I mentioned to Janice, and thank you, Janice, for your leadership. Having attended a couple of meetings, I've spent some time with Elliot Harris, and others, and everybody has been very welcoming. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to being involved in some of the activities that you all are engaged in, and I'm thrilled to be a Rotarian.
All right, Tom, stand up here, and we'll do a little bit of a yeah, assume the position. No, Tom, you've been chosen and elected to membership in the Las Vegas Rotary Club because we feel that you are an excellent representative of your business or profession in this community, and that you have the character qualifications of a good Rotarian. Our invitation for you to join us in Rotary is an expression of our goodwill towards you and our desire for closer friendships. As a Rotarian, you are linked not only to the members of this club, but more than 1.2 million other business and professionals in 45,000 other Rotary clubs in 200 countries around the world. And we have some representatives from some of our other clubs here today. You'll learn more about the aims and objectives and ideals of Rotary, but you will hear the expression service above self frequently. That's our motto. Most people in the world feel that they have achieved success when through wealth or position they can command the services of others. But the Rotary ideal is that true success and true happiness can best be found in helping others. We follow our four-way test. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And I think we can all agree if everybody approached the world that way, the world would be a much better place. We should each exemplify and bring to Rotary the best in our businesses and professions and take back to our business and professions the ideals of Rotary. So with that, it is my great pleasure on behalf of all the members of the club and all the members of Rotary International worldwide to formally welcome you as the newest member of Rotary in the world. Please give them a standing order. And apparently you can't even dress me.
Thank you. Can you give this back to Linda? Okay. How are we doing on time? Okay. I would like to invite past President Randy Campanelli. We have a special award to give out. You want to hold it?
I may not give this back to you. First of all, welcome, Tom. Glad to have you, and glad to have a fellow paisano. So that's all right, Mamma Mia. So us Goombas got to stick together. Remember that. From one Chicagoan to a New Yorker. Rita Burton joined our club in June of 2023. And, you know, the way the club works is Tom, you probably should hear this. You know, we get you involved and you start doing things. And then as time goes by, you have people, all of our members have certain talents. And then you start seeing, as I say, the sausage made. And there's no greater detail of sausage than our books and accounting. And unfortunately for Rita, she joined the club in June of 2023, and I believe by September of 2023, we were begging her to become our treasurer. And so she didn't have the grace period. She jumped right into the vat. She's done a tremendous job, and just think about your dues and your monthly contribution. And I know my monthly contribution is divided like 3 or 4 ways. We do that every month for about 120 or 130 members. So between Sean Edwards, our bookkeeper, and Rita, they keep it all straight. It's audited and balanced every single month, and she's done a tremendous job in handling the books, and she's taken it really to 2 or 3 higher levels, because we now get executive level analysis every month. When I say we, every quarter, I'm a senior member of the foundation. But we get executive level reports, analysis, industry norms, things like that from Rita. And so Rita is our Rotary Proud member for this month.
Congratulations. We appreciate you so much. Picture. This is an appropriate jacket today. It's so fabulous for Easter. Congratulations, Rita. Okay, so she was our Rotary Proud for March, guys. We are going to go right to the surprise and delight. I went to the Spread the Word Nevada Gala, as did Stu last Saturday. It's always phenomenal. They always do an incredible theme. Under someone's napkin, we put the little favor that was each place setting. It's a little, yeah. So come on up. So it's a nice message. I'll let Liz read it to you. But what I did was I ordered this beautiful compass. West London pocket compass. It's pretty cool. And it has very tiny, I can read it actually, but it's Robert Frost. Is it the road not taken or the road less traveled, right? Okay, so here it is. Comes in a nifty little case. But what was the message from Spread the Word?
Says together we're charting the course to literacy for all.
Yeah, they always do something fun. But here it is. It's pretty. That's not a real emerald in the middle, but it's pretty. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So yeah, I love this. I thought, okay, you have to here you go.
Have to put it back together.
Yeah, congratulations. Okay, and what else do we want to mention? Member Spotlight, congratulations to Randy Donald. Great photo. Learn a little bit more about Randy. The people at the table already know everything about him, but everybody else, please read about that. And then I know I've got other things. We're going to do the raffle next. The ticket is 438-3088 for a chance to pull the Joker, and it's up to $2,300 plus whatever we took in today. Oh my gosh. Hold on. 438-3088. That is David Jones. Sean. Okay, here you go. Hold on. Hold up your card. See, I remember some things week to week. Okay, And we are right on time. I get to go eat some prime rib. I'm so hungry. I'm going to invite, yeah, you ready? Yeah. We're going to go ahead and introduce our speaker. Derek, come up. Oh my God, you guys, I'm off today because I was late. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? My past president rep is flagging me. It's 438-2998 for the Lowry Bucks. 438-2998. And if it was Tom, oh, it's Dr. Kathy Mahon. Okay, now you can take this thing away from me. See what happens when you're late? All right, with that, we'll sit down. Shut up. Go ahead.
All right, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Awesome. I have the distinct honor to be able to introduce our speaker for today, Ms. Rachel Lopez. And I'm going to keep it very, very short for her to be able to have more time to be able to talk about herself and what she's doing. I just would like to say that she is a fairly recent transplant to the Las Vegas area. Born and raised in Phoenix, going to school out there and law school out there as well, and has moved here since 23, if I'm not mistaken, and has been doing sports law all throughout after her law school graduation, and is currently working with the Las Vegas Raiders as a Raiders counsel. And I'm not going to take any more time. It is my honor to be able to introduce Rachel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having me today. It's an absolute pleasure to be up here. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be here. I love the energy in the room. This is my first Rotary meeting, so thank you very much for having me. And Janice, Rosalie, everyone, thank you very much. I appreciate your time and having me today. So I'm really excited to talk to you today about the Las Vegas Raiders and Allegiant Stadium and kind of what I do for them as a whole. Sorry, can we double check that's right? Oh, perfect. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start with just a little bit about my background. Narg introduced me, so you know a little bit about me, but I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona, and I grew up as an athlete there, went on to play college volleyball, and then got my undergraduate business degree at Arizona State University at the W.P. Carey Business School. After that, I interned with the NFLPA, the players union. So with the NFL, you have the league and then the players union. And so I started my kind of sports career doing that internship. And I actually sat next to the legal intern, and I got to see the cool licensing work that she was doing. And it really sparked an interest in me to go to law school and become a lawyer and really see how I could maybe make an impact on the sports world as a sports lawyer. And after that, I returned back to where I'm from, Arizona, to go to law school at the University of Arizona, James E. Rogers College of Law. Yeah, bear down. Love it, love it. Yeah. They're doing great in March Madness, so have to always root for them. They have a fun saying, bear down, lawyer up. So that's kind of our little legal saying. Yeah, and so that was a wonderful experience. And then I had a few years doing outside counsel work with a firm called Gallagher and Kennedy, and they provide commercial and employment services to the Arizona Cardinals and the Diamondbacks, which was sort of my first foray into kind of the legal sports world, and I absolutely loved it. The opportunity came about for me and my husband to move to Dallas. Where I worked in-house with the Dallas Stars NHL hockey team. And that was an amazing experience as well, just doing day-to-day legal operations and assisting with business and hockey. It was an excellent experience and really provided me with the foundation to kind of make my way over here to the Raiders. So, as Narg mentioned, I've been here for about 2.5 years now, and I'm a lawyer for the Raiders. And so I can kind of tell you a little bit about what that means too, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you do sports law, like you must be negotiating with players, agents all day long, and hanging out with the players and Max Crosby." And it is a part of what we do on the legal team for the Raiders. We do support football operations, but we also support the business side of the building as well, doing contract drafting, contract negotiation, and just providing overall legal advice for the Raiders. So it's been an excellent experience so far, and I'm excited to be here today with you to share a little bit about the Raiders organization as a whole. And with that, you can go ahead and yes, I have a short video for you
I had
here
a dream that someday
to get
I
to know
would
the
be the
Raiders.
finest organization in professional sports. It was the greatest feeling in the world.
It is the first touchdown as the Las Vegas Raiders. And he's set for the safety. Just win, baby.
So that's just a short, brief clip to kind of introduce our brand to you so you can kind of get a sense of what we're about. But Al Davis is obviously one of the most iconic people in all the NFL. He really set the foundation for the Raiders to be the iconic brand that we are today. So I hope that gives you just a little bit of flavor as to what we're about. And I wanted to go into a little bit about our history as well. I know we have some fans in the building. Thank you very much for that. Some of you may know, but the Raiders started out in Oakland and made their way down to Los Angeles and then back up to Oakland. So they've really, made an impact on the West Coast before moving to here to Las Vegas in 2020. As a lawyer, it was a really interesting. I wasn't with the Raiders at the time, but in hindsight, seeing kind of how COVID-19 impacted the law, kind of the world, was such an interesting time for me as a lawyer. And then now that I'm with the Raiders and looking back on kind of how the Raiders handled things with COVID-19, it is like so fascinating. As part of our contract drafting and negotiations, different provisions are included to kind of account for when something really, a disaster happens, like an earthquake or things like that. And like, what are the parties going to do? What happens to the contract? And that became the forefront of almost every legal negotiation after COVID and after the pandemic. And so it was a huge, huge part of what we were doing in 2020 when we first, had Allegiant Stadium here. Because you guys may know, but we did open the building during COVID in 2020. And so, there weren't any fans allowed in the building because of some tight NFL restrictions and different things. So it was just quite an experience. And looking back as a lawyer, it was such a unique time to be drafting contracts, negotiating contracts. So yeah, that's a little bit, about our history with, Allegiant Stadium and the Raiders. And then moving on to kind of what the Raiders are about. We have a number of different facets of our business. Obviously, football is king in what we do. Everything on the football side, from helping the players through things and bringing players here and negotiating contracts and drafting all the things, to Allegiant Stadium, which we would say is the most iconic building in all of football. Where we love that it's right on the strip, really making a splash in the Las Vegas community. The Raider image is our merchandising brand. You've probably seen it around town where you can buy different jerseys and Raiders merch. And the Raiders Foundation is our 501c3. We're going to talk a little bit about that today too. And so basically, as a lawyer for the organization, we're negotiating contracts and offering legal advice on all these different kind of facets of our business. So that's a little bit about us as a whole. And I want to dive into Allegiant Stadium a little bit deeper here. You guys have probably seen it many a times driving by it on the 15. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to attend an event there, but we would say that it really functions as a year-round venue with consistent economic impact. We have Raiders games there. We also partner with UNLV to host UNLV football games, as well as a number of different third-party events, concerts, different entertainment elements like WrestleMania, the Canelo versus Crawford boxing match. So there's a lot going on at the stadium along with private events. And I think it's something that, we're really proud of as a contribution to the Las Vegas community. And then I also have a video for you here. Yeah, this is a time-lapse video showing how Allegiant Stadium got built. And it really is fascinating to see this. I think they had a company that filmed this entire thing. This was before I joined the organization, but it is such a fascinating thing to see this live. All the work that went into this, all the contracts that went into this, all the efforts to move the team from Oakland to Las Vegas. This is something we're really proud of. So I wanted to go ahead and give you a few minutes to watch this time lapse. Yeah, so we're gearing up toward the end of the video, but I hope you can get a sense of really how much work went into it. We love it. It's a really impressive building, and this is sort of the final product that you see on the inside. You can see our field here, and really, it's the field is one of the coolest parts of our building, in my opinion. If you hit to the next slide, this is the field on the outside of the building. And basically it's in the form of a tray. And we have, an entire team of field of grass and different experts that kind of manage this field. And you can imagine how important that is to our business. And it's their whole job to kind of keep this field green and crisp and cut for players. So if you go to the next slide, this is a video of the field tray itself. They wheel it in and wheel it back out. And this is so fascinating. I wanted to show this to you guys. So you can kind of see the concrete floor there. And I love this angle. It just kind of shows you how cool it is, how they get the field in there for games. Yeah, so that is definitely one of the most fascinating things I think about Allegiant Stadium is the field. And honestly, we obviously have such a hot climate here. It's a really interesting thing to keep that as crisp and as clean as it always is. So I definitely wanted to give you the opportunity to see that. On this next slide here, you'll see are some pictures of the inside of the stadium. These are our suites and loge boxes that I wanted to take a moment to highlight. The legal work that we do for these is actually one of my favorite things. We have contracts obviously that we work on and enter into for use of the suite space and the loge space, and I help really manage those contracts and kind of day-to-day legal operations with legal questions that come up from our suite holders or from our business team. And then additionally in the stadium, in the bowl itself, the way we do our ticketing is through what we would call a personal seat license or a PSL. So that basically gives fans or anyone in the local Las Vegas community the right to own that seat. And these are typically 30-year agreements because that's how long we'll be in the stadium for at this moment. And it's really, really cool and fun. Part of what I do is to get to help out these season ticket members and different elements and questions and legal things that they have come up. So I did want to take a moment to kind of highlight how my legal role really impacts kind of the suites and the loges. And then on this next slide, I wanted to show this. This was one of my favorite events that we hosted at the stadium. the Canelo versus Crawford boxing match. And so we saw the field tray earlier. And so here they moved the field tray out and then rebuilt the entire stadium to accommodate 70,000 people, which is one of our top numbers for most folks in the building. And you can see here how they have the boxing ring in the middle, the floor seats. It's just really fascinating. And I love to shout out our stadium operations team. They work with our stadium operator, AEG, now Legends Global, to kind of operate our stadium as a whole. And it's really fascinating how they're able to turn it from, if you go to the next slide, they really turn it from this to that Canelo versus Crawford setup with all the lights and all the screens hanging down there. I mean, it's really fascinating how sharp and how acclimated that they can get to flipping our stadium in between these different events, and how agile they really are to accommodate lots of different events with the stadium. So I did want to highlight that. And then additionally, our stadium is really focused on sustainability. And so I wanted to kind of take a moment and shout them out of, we've received a number of awards and recognition in this space. We received the LEED Gold Certification Award, and this is Allegiant Stadium is one of the only NFL stadiums to achieve this. And they really do focus on that as part of the local Las Vegas community, is how we can maintain sustainability and the environmental impact of the stadium as a whole. And this is the Raider image outside of Allegiant Stadium. And I was touching on this a little bit before, but this is another part of my work that I really enjoy as a lawyer for the Raiders. A lot of the other NFL clubs, they outsource their merchandise through Fanatics or another company that does all the operations. They create and prepare all the merchandise. They do all the sales and the selling, and they manage inventory and all of that. But we at the Raiders, we do that in-house through the Raider image. And it's a really fun thing to be a part of. They have a whole warehouse structure, and they have lots of folks on our team that are buyers that are negotiating and doing deals to see all the great merch that you see here in the city with our brand. And I love that part of our business. I think it's really special to have that and do that stuff in-house as opposed to just letting a third party do it for us. It offers some really unique insight into the brand and just helps us continue to contribute to the local Las Vegas community. So in other ways that we kind of contribute to the community and other things that are kind of my favorites is what I wanted to go over next. The Raiders Foundation is our 501c3, and really their whole existence is to contribute to our local Las Vegas community. You can see here up on the screen, they kind of focus primarily on military and veterans, health and wellness, and youth development. And the stats on here are really impressive. I hope everyone can see that. But by the numbers on the upper right-hand side, $500,000 has been awarded in grants, and over $1.3 million has been awarded to benefit local schools. And additionally, our foundation also runs the 50-50 raffle-in game. So if you've ever been to a Raiders game, maybe you've seen this in action. But on the legal side, we love to help support our foundation, and we help do all the contracts and legal work for the events that they put on that ultimately allows us to provide these donations to the community. And then, of course, we help with the permitting and the licensing and different things for the 50-50 raffle. So that's another part of my work that I really enjoy. And we also have a youth football department as part of our community relations team. And I wanted to take a moment to kind of highlight this too, because on the left side, you'll see a photo of the girls flag football team. And this was part of an event that they had put on. And this part of football, I think, is really up and coming. You may have seen different things in the news about the NFL, Tom Brady, different folks wanting to form, more exclusive leagues for women's flag. And I love that, the Raiders support that organization and that kind of uplifting of that piece of the football sport. And then on the right side, this was another youth football camp. And you'll see our mascot Raider Rusher in the middle. So, we work with different folks to get those contracts executed to kind of help stand up these events. And, another program that I really love that youth football kind of helps with is Champions for Safety, where we work with one of our corporate partners to donate football equipment to local schools here in town that are Title I, that are in need of different football donations and football equipment. So it's really cool stuff that we get to work on that helps impact the local community. And then this is probably my the most favorite thing that I get to work on all year long is the Small Business Showcase. Um, America First Credit Union is our corporate partner that sponsors this, and it's an activation where small businesses in our community get to apply, and the Raiders and AFCU have a committee that evaluates these folks, and the finalists come in and present what their small business is to the Raiders and AFCU. And then ultimately, the winner gets a sponsorship deal with the Raiders so that the Raiders are able to help support a local business. And on the left side is Curly Top Bakery. That's the small business that won in 2024. And then on the right side, we have Cookie Cutters. They're a haircuts location for kids. And it's just a really great part of what we do at the Raiders. And I hope this gives you a little bit more insight into sort of the different legal aspects that I work on the day to day. These are some of the highlights that I've enjoyed the most during my time with the Raiders. So I just wanted to take the time to present that to you. And I think that about wraps it up for the day, but I really enjoyed getting the opportunity to talk to you about the Raiders. And yeah, I'm happy to take questions. Yeah, if we have the microphone or, yeah.
Thank you for being here. Obviously, a couple of years ago, you and your team did a great job with the Super Bowl that we had here in town, and just announced that we're going to be getting it back in 2029. What do you anticipate? When do you start working on that? Right away? I mean, it's a few years away, but there's a lot to do. And anything going to be different this time that you can share with us?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, we do start working on that very, very early. We've already started working in collaboration with the NFL on it. I'm sure everybody saw the big announcement on 2029 coming back. So yeah, we're really excited to host again. I think the first Super Bowl was a wonderful success, and a little bit of my personal story there is I had started with the Raiders in October of 2023. And then, February of 2024, just 3 to 4 months into my time with the Raiders, we jumped right into the Super Bowl. And, that Super Bowl was so impressive, in my opinion, just because they were supposed to host in New Orleans. And usually it takes about, a 4-year runway to kind of accommodate something like that. And New Orleans they were 2 years into it and realized, oh no, Mardi Gras at the same time as the Super Bowl. And their city kind of felt like, hey, we probably can't accommodate both things at the same time, just from a tourism perspective. And so we here in Las Vegas said, hey, we're happy to, take the Super Bowl over. And so we did what most people do in half the time, which was so incredible. And I was really only a part of it at the very tail end there. But we hosted so many activations in town, and I did all the contract work for lots of different events that we were kind of popping up in town just to highlight the Super Bowl itself. So to answer your question, yes, the work on these large scale events, it starts so early on, and the Las Vegas Stadium Authority, LVCVA, they're heavily involved, and the NFL is heavily involved. So we're really excited to bring it back. I think everyone in the organization feels that the first one was really great, so we're excited to have another one.
Thanks for speaking to us today. I have a question, but I also wanted to make a comment, congratulatory comment. The Raiders Foundation landed here a couple of years before the team was even in town. And I've been involved with a couple different nonprofits, and you've been very generous and posted the image with the guy in the spikes and everything. The organization's really been great in the community, and so we appreciate your support in that regard. I'm curious about the stadium. Do you actually own the stadium, or just have rights, or kind of who books the concerts, and like if they add another game to the season, who gets priority and all? I just kind of curious how that all works.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. The Las Vegas Stadium Authority actually owns the building itself, and then they work with the Raiders on a lease. And as part of that lease, the Raiders have different rights that exist for purposes of, we're the exclusive agent for the sale of the PSLs and the suites and stuff. So there is that relationship there. But LVCVA, the Las Vegas Stadium Authority, is the owner of the building. And, they're sort of they're a governmental body that was appointed basically to run this building. And so, they do a lot of the negotiations when it comes to bringing different events to the building. The college playoff national championship game in 2027 is one. I know they were have excited about bringing to the building. But yeah, a lot of that runs through them, and then the actual stadium operations of the event runs through us, and then our stadium operator, which is AEG Global, which is now Legends. Legends sort of took over for AEG. Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. That was incredible to see it from the outside. When I first moved here, there were only college sports, and conventional wisdom was there's no way the demographics and population in Las Vegas could support professional teams. And of course, now we have the Raiders and Knights, the Aces, and maybe a men's best. So, why were they wrong then, and what have we actually learned about the Las Vegas market and its ability to support professional teams that no one thought could possibly happen?
Yeah, I love that question. I don't think I've ever been asked that before, but I love that question. I think that the reason why they got it wrong is because this town is, tourism driven, and I think like upon first look, maybe they thought it wouldn't work given the prominence of the hotels and the different properties on the strip. But really, the town is so, in my opinion, it's so much more full of life just outside of the strip. Obviously, the strip brings in a lot of tourism, and I think placing the stadium there was a great decision to kind of integrate with the tourism as opposed to going against it. Like here in town, I think a lot of the events that we have on the strip are entertainment based, and so I think for us at the Raiders and through Allegiant Stadium, we sort of kind of contribute to and highlight instead of go against that tourism element. And so for me, I think that the fan base is there, and that the town has grown so much since COVID, and it's really we're much more than just the strip now. And so I think people are really seeing that as it relates to sports and how these pro teams are operating here. I know VGK came around first, the Vegas Golden Knights, and they did excellent in their first few years here, establishing themselves as a prominent team and their brand and their ability to win. We're obviously trying to do the same at the Raiders, and the Aces are fabulous as well. Mark Davis owns the Aces as well, so obviously there's a lot of connections there. And I'm excited to see kind of what the NBA has to bring, and obviously the Oakland A's are coming for baseball, so I think there's a lot to offer in the future for sports. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
This is a question from my son. We were driving down the strip one day and past the construction site for the stadium, past the construction site for the new stadium. And he pondered, he said, well, Daddy, what are we going to do if the baseball team gets into the postseason and the football season is starting? How are they going to manage? Has anybody been giving any thought to that?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think that from a sports perspective, I think that there will be some different competing events, obviously. But from, I think, the overall tourism perspective, it's really unique because I know Allegiant Stadium is much bigger. We host around 60 to 70,000 people in the stadium, versus the Oakland A's will have, I think, around 33,000 seats available. So from an entertainment perspective, I think it offers a secondary venue for different events that Allegiant Stadium may not host anyway, just because we seat so many more. So maybe more intimate events, like kind of like the T-Mobile, will be housed at the Oakland A's facility, I would imagine. So from my perspective, I sort of see that as like the sports kind of highlighting the tourism there as well, and then offering an additional event space to be able to kind of host different entertainment aspects and bring more to the strip as from a tourism perspective.
I've been reading a little bit about the succession plan that Mark Davis submitted to the NFL, but there isn't a whole lot of detail on what that is involved with and the requirements, and I was curious about how's that coming along.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily at liberty to speak on Mr. Davis's successions plan, but I think, we've got a lot of great people in the building right now, from the football side to the leadership side, and I would love to continue to see them in the building. Our president, Sandra, is amazing. She's done wonders for the local community through the Raiders, and Mark himself, and Tom Brady's in the building, and John Spytek. So we have a lot of great faces, and we're really excited to see what the next couple of years bring for the Raiders.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much for coming and speaking with us today on behalf of Rosalie and I. We both appreciate that, as well as the club appreciates it. I wasn't clear if you said exactly, what's the percentage of time that the Allegiant Stadium has something going? Is it 365? There's always something happening?
Yeah. Last year in 2025, I think they had an event in the building almost every single weekend except for one or maybe two. And that was really a significant uptick from 2024. And I think really it's just the brand itself is expanding. I think we've been bringing in a number of different larger scale events. We have the standard kind of concerts that come in, Luke Combs, a Morgan Wallen, a Chris Brown, those types of different concerts that kind of come to the building. But more recently, we've had a lot of large scale events, from soccer to the Canelo Crawford fight to WrestleMania. Lots of different. They've really sort of branched out in the different entertainment elements, which I personally like. I think it really showcases the diversity of the stadium. And then we also host private events as well, where anyone could host a private event that's non-public, non-ticketed. And so we do have a number of those throughout the year as well. But yeah, they're very booked up. And so I will say it's something that they're very proud of from 2025.
Okay, I have a question here. The valuation of the team was just with the sale that just occurred has been put at 11 billion. I want to say it was less than $1 billion before it moved to Vegas, and the stadium had a lot to do with that. Is that correct? And can you talk about how they come up with those valuations?
Yeah, I can't talk specifics on the evaluations, but I will say, like in my personal opinion, not affiliated with the Raiders' opinion, but in my personal opinion, yeah, I think moving to Las Vegas and having Allegiant Stadium is one of the most elite in the NFL, if not the most elite, is what we would argue. I think that has a lot to do with it, and these different valuations kind of come out, and it sort of depends on who's looking into it, but I think that you're absolutely spot on that, coming to Las Vegas is a huge part of all of the impacts that the Raiders have had and will continue to have.
Hi. Can you just confirm something for me? With Allegiant Stadium and now with the athletic stadium, with the special tax districts, which fund the bonds for which we're told that the taxpayers are paying for it. But I've always said, well, wait, it's a special tax district, and those bonds will get paid back through the taxes of these venues. So can you just confirm that no, there's no taxpayer money going to that, and those bonds are designed to and are performing and will get paid back?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think the funding for Allegiant Stadium was slightly different than the funding for the A's facility, is my understanding. My understanding is for Allegiant Stadium that those funds were collected and accrued through an increased tourism tax, whereas there's a little bit more of a local tax component on the A's facility. So that's kind of the extent of my knowledge on that point, and kind of how those two things interact and work differently. I think public opinion is much different on these different, on whether on Allegiant Stadium versus the A's, and kind of how those are coming about in the local community. But yes, thank you for the questions. Appreciate it.
So this has been incredible. I just wanted to make a comment as a corporate event planner. So I spent my entire day at Allegiant Stadium yesterday with Zscaler, doing a tasting, et cetera. And they just resurfaced the concrete, and it looks amazing on the field, and it just blows my mind. So there's live grass, practice turf, regular turf, and the concrete options, right? And they were setting up for WrestleMania yesterday, and then soon, right behind it, Bruno Mars, right? And then we have a private event coming in. And 20 years ago when I moved here, do you know how hard this job was as a corporate event planner when a client said, hey, can you find a place to take our 2,000 people off property? Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and Las Vegas. I mean, there were no options. So Allegiant, they're just such great partners. And if you can understand when you're planning a private event there, the weight distribution and the things. So I was under the impression that event was going to be on the concrete. So I'm like, oh, I can propose $1 million worth of this and that. And it's going to be on turf now. So I have to redesign the entire proposal. And the team's amazing. The food was amazing. It was incredible. So this was incredible. We thank you so much. We have a couple things for you. Now, we're much older than Allegiant Stadium, but we're going to give you our Centennial book. So that is for you. And then what we did was we made a donation to the Just One Project to combat hunger in our community in your name. So I think everybody would love it if we were going to stay another half hour, but we can't. And it was just left us wanting more. So we thank you so much. And we're just going to do a quick photo. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right. Ooh, right at time. In closing today, here People of Action for our club means showing up for our community, supporting those in need, and leading by example. With that, our meeting is adjourned.